way more like you're being raped.
Yeah.
All right. Daddy Butter. Here we go.
That's a weird name for something.
It's in the holiday special.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, this has been recording the whole time? Sweet. The video's been recording the whole time. All right.
So for 8 of the 10 minutes we get?
Yeah. All right, let's get this going. Hi. Welcome to Two Sweet Lambruscos.
Wow, that was loud.
We're back with no problems.
Yeah, technical difficulties, my ass.
No microphones. Nothing. There's beavers in the dam and there's apples in the cabbage.
Going lean.
Gotta go lean. Lean and mean.
Lean, mean, Lambrusco machine.
Billy Loins.
Oh, Paulie.
Paulie Firm. Two Sweet Lambruscos. We are back. It's been a little bit. It's been a while. Sleepy Jesus.
Yeah, you're on East Coast time.
I am. So,
But we don't live on the East Coast.
we don't. We live in Naples, Florida. We don't.
No one lives there.
Nobody lives there.
No.
Unless you're 80 and eat dinner at 2 p.m. So what we are, though, are Two Sweet Lambruscos, and we are going to talk about some stuff today that I think is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why break tradition?
Why break tradition when nothing works? You know? Why not just run with it?
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. We'll fucking do it live.
Okay.
Paulie Firm's Fun Fucking Farm. That was a good one. That was a good one. Let's see here. So this week we're going to talk about holidays because we're approaching the upcoming holidays. We're going to talk about holiday gifts, the Black Friday shopping craze.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about, let's see, what else are we going to talk about here? I don't know. We're going to talk about gifts, the hot holiday gifts that...
Is everyone excited?
Everybody excited this year.
Okay.
You know, according to me.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah. So, without further ado, you know, like everybody talks about the holidays. Like, you know, everyone starts talking about the holidays, I think, like right after Labor Day, it seems like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They get all amped up on them.
We look to the Northern Star, which is Starbucks, and when they start dropping pumpkin
right.
beverages,
Right. Yeah. Yep.
we know the time is near. It's like the three wise.
The nutmeg nignog come out.
Yeah.
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 It's a fantastic, in theory, it's a fantastic like way to look at things. You know, oh, the holidays are coming. You know, family, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's not what happens.
No.
Not what happens at all.
Generally, no.
People stop talking about the holidays. It seems like you know, like I said, right after Labor Day, and by Halloween, everyone's soured on it, and everyone is like, "I'm over this shit." They'll be talking, "Oh my god, the holidays, yada yada yada," and they'll be all like, you know, like I said, all stoked on it and stuff, and then, oh god, they had fucking. You were playing Christmas music at Home Depot today. It's October. It's like, dude, you were just talking about how excited I was for the holidays like yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, when you hear the music now, it's too soon.
Yeah, but then we get like our late season Santa Ana winds with 98 degrees. Blowing desert dust in your face.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone gets agitated.
Yeah. Everyone starts acting like me.
Yeah, it's like you can't have, there's no balance to the ecosystem.
There's no balance to there's nothing. There's nothing that we can do.
Apparently there's more positive ions in the air. And that amplifies whatever mood you're in.
I usually have to start, I've also started
journaling?
Taking,
oh no.
No, I putting proionic magnesium into my beverages.
Is that like Red Bull?
No, it comes in a bottle like this size.
It's a real thing?
Yeah, it's a magnesium.
Do you find it? Oh, it's a way to get magnesium? Nice.
It's like Dawn and I used to do floats. We used to go into hyperbaric, the deprivation chamber, and do a magnesium float. Then COVID hit. And, we what we would do is we'd work out, and then we'd go do the float, and then we'd get food. Here's how, actually, let me start from the beginning. So we'd go get beet juice from Mother's Market, like Lambrusco size beet juice. And we'd drink those, and then we'd go work out. And when you have that much beet juice and that much vitamin A, that much beta carotene, you're ready to work out.
Ready to punch a coyote.
So, yeah. The animal or the smugglers?
Yes.
Okay. And so we'd do that. And, dude, it was like I could do, like fucking tri-curls. Dude, I was doing, like, banging out 50 at a time.
Yeah.
You know? I was getting back into good shape.
Jacked.
Yeah. And so then we'd do that. And then we do the float, and it would just like replenish everything. Like I wouldn't be sore the next day.
Yeah, wow.
You know, yeah. And then we'd get some kind of food, like we'd get I get something with like rich in iron, like broccoli type dish or something, or sushi.
Beef and broccoli.
Exactly. And then we'd go, and we'd go whatever else we were doing that day. And the next day, dude, it was like I didn't even work out the next day. I was more alert.
Really?
So that magnesium now, I'm just getting it in my body through a different channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been great. Yeah, it's been great. I'm not as agitated. We're
been pretty calm lately.
Yeah, I think so. And we're also at 12 minutes in the video recording, so
we're past the 10:55 mark.
I'm stoked. Yeah.
Take that, Monterey.
Yeah, Monterey.
Yeah. Greatest update of all time.
Thanks, it might actually be though. That might be the problem though. Because they don't have any software drivers.
We're too far up the Monterey River now, dude.
We are up the Monterey River. You're right.
It's all Monterey.
Mm-hmm. So now that and I feel like now during the holidays, like I don't give a shit about the holidays. You know, like if I lived back home, I'd probably be more stoked on it because my family's there and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's the one thing I do hate about it the most though. And there's a list of things I hate about the holidays. There's a list of things I hate about everything.
Sure.
Like a book like this size. It's like you just like on the top of the page. It's like
indexed. Yeah.
Like whatever the subject or the event or the activity is.
Yeah.
Like a detailed bullet points.
Oh yeah.
I hate about that.
Like 8 font.
Yeah, and then you get like to the other section of the book of things that I like, and it's like 3 pages.
And it's like a drawing.
Yeah. It's like a word. It says like BJ.
Yeah.
Like my friend, not the activity, but that's on the next page.
Oh yeah.
Like girlfriend, then dash, like.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because I wish I could be happier for like about certain things.
Yeah.
At least outwardly enough to like convince people that it's actually.
I think if we had kids, their little merriment in their eyes would. Some of that would. You don't think so?
I don't think my kid would survive. I think I would have ended up killing it.
Well, that's why if you pick the right woman, she keeps.
I could convince her to kill him too. So we
dark.
Here's my biggest problem with the holidays now. Like, like you and I being upstanding members of society.
Debatable.
Now.
Yeah, okay, now. Yeah.
Now.
Yep.
More like okay, before we were down like
just maybe a little
just denigrated sitting members of society. Now we're almost to a full
the cancerous tit of society.
Yeah, and now like with us being we don't drink anymore, we don't do drugs anymore. We have the ability to help people that struggle with dealing with the holidays, coping with family, and all that. And that's fine, and that's great.
More present.
That's great, yeah. But what I hate about it is people who wait all year to use the holidays as an excuse to fucking get drunk or whatever it is, and I'm like sitting there, I'm listening to these people just yammer on about how this is why I'm gonna get drunk, blah 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 blah. And it's like, first of all, listen, you fucking jabroni. You're not gonna get drunk because it's Christmas. You're not gonna get drunk because it's Thanksgiving or because your family's crazy. You're gonna get drunk because you're a fucking alcoholic.
Yeah, you don't need a special occasion,
right? I got drunk because it was Wednesday. Yep. I got drunk because I was awake. I got drunk because I couldn't not get drunk.
Yeah, it was only solution. Law of diminishing returns. It was the only solution at the time.
Right. Yeah, the ROI on drinking is not. You're like. There's nothing that, for me anyway, there was nothing, like no holiday, no like life event, no personal event that would happen, graduating college, this and that, yada yada yada. There was nothing that was going to like justify me drinking other than me being an alcoholic. And these people use the holidays as this crutch, this tool to justify it in their minds, And
I could relate.
In last year, this was actually on this topic. Like last year, Zoom was still going on this time last year. We were still I think like 60, 70%, maybe even closer to 80%, like shut down, like businesses in California. And this one guy I was talking to was on a Zoom meeting, and he asked for my number after I shared, and I was just like, ugh. Whenever I gave it to him, and he's talking to me, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, let me just stop you right there, man. Like, he was just yammering on for like fucking like 3 minutes straight about how like the pressure, he can't take the pressure of the holidays, and he knows he's gonna get drunk. I'm like, listen, dude, I'm not gonna stop you then. I'm like, go get fucking drunk. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I'm like, I gotta go though. I don't have time to be sitting here like listening to like, if you're not done, you're not done. And he's like, what do you mean? You're telling me to drink? I'm like, yeah, go drink. Your mind's already fucking made up, dude. I'm like, let me leave you with this though. I guarantee you, dude. Like, there's a chance we're never gonna hear you again if you go drink. That's what happens. Fucking dude died 2 weeks later. Damn. Yeah, and I was just like, and someone from the meeting like hit me up. I was like, oh, they were talking. He said he was talking to you at the meeting. I'm like, yeah, he was. Yeah. So what'd you tell him? Like, I told him to go fucking drink. Yep. His mind was already made up, and like the only people in the room that like weren't like, how could you do that? Were the people that were like, dude. You can't fucking make them do it. You can't make them stop.
Yeah, put yourself in the other shoes. Like,
right.
If you wanted to drink, you were going to go drink when you were in your disease. That's not like...
right.
There's no amount of good logic or sense that can talk you into or out of the disease
right.
that has much louder voice.
Right. Yeah, and the other thing with that, too, is like, he already had his justifications lined up. Yeah, I was just one more little checkbox for this dude to check off.
Yeah. His tour of validation or co-signing on his
88 days sober, sitting in a meeting, already like making excuses, pointing fingers because nothing was his fault.
No,
nothing. And it's like how the holidays, they bring out the worst in people, they bring out the best in people. But now, like, a holiday to me is just another opportunity to connect with my family. Yeah. I spend way too much money on my girlfriend. Like it's a.
I got sober in the holiday time, and it was the first Christmas I had been in. I didn't really drink too much around my family growing up. Like maybe on some holiday or something I might, but I'd wait for my parents to kind of go to bed or whatever for some reason. But
because we were embarrassed.
Yeah. There's to do the drinking I wanted to drink the way I wanted to drink.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just have one drink, so there's no point. But there was a bar where I lived that was open on Christmas. Mm-hmm. It was one of my regulars.
Which one? Because I went to a bar on Christmas kind of by you a couple of years ago.
It's the only one that's open down there on Christmas.
In Cyprus?
No. I don't want to say where it is, but it's
Oh, okay.
Where I live now.
It's weird.
Yeah, no. But anyway, that's where I would spend I spent 7 Christmases there. Like I'd go see my family during the day, and if I wasn't working, that's where I'd go. And that's what I was looking forward to more than,
Mm-hmm.
So to spend my first Christmas in a meeting with 5 people showed up at that Monday meeting.
Yeah.
and it was on.
And by the way, I
Monday.
was talking about Cyprus, the country.
Yeah. Oh man, good olive oil.
Yeah. It's lovely. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I just hate like hearing that stuff because it's like you know what, man, like you're just right now, like everyone in this room, like we don't care, like because if we know that you have to be like done.
Yeah, and then we'll go to work and help, dude.
Right.
We got tools that work. We got a game plan that works.
Mm-hmm.
It's proven. And
Yeah.
You gotta want that.
Yeah, it's like here. There's two ways you can do this program. You can do it like you can approach it like Tom Brady. You know,
Yep.
like I'm not cutting any corners. Mm-hmm. I'm working at this every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to, apply what I've learned to help my teammates.
Yep.
Or you could do it like the Buffalo Bills. Every time you're gonna lose.
Yeah, second.
Every time.
Yeah.
Not even second place.
Yeah.
They beat Tom Brady once in 20 seasons, and it was in Buffalo, and they had already locked up a playoff spot.
Yeah.
He played like one quarter.
It's funny. Yeah, he leaves, and now the Bills are good again.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, that's how I look at it. Am I going to approach this thing like Tom Brady at any point in his career, or am I going to approach it like the Buffalo Bills?
Well, I think about the preparation too. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
He
I look at the meetings as the preparation.
Yeah.
Well,
I think about like we talk about like shit we hate or things that don't go right or the expectations or this time of year and all this stuff that usually gets us going and mm-hmm. headed towards our disease. The world, you either correct yourself or the world will do it for you. But not everything is meant to go your way.
Yeah.
But if you correct yourself, a la Tom Brady, mm-hmm. you eat right, you prep, you do more work than anyone, the chances of success are greatly increased.
Yeah.
The percentage.
Yep.
However, that doesn't mean bad things won't happen. He lost his knee one year. He was out for a whole season.
Yeah. You think about it though, that's not really like
the world to correct you.
Right.
It's going to do it on its own terms, and
right.
More than likely, you're not going to enjoy those terms.
Right. I know, because I know exactly what happens when I start thinking I got shit figured out. It's not good. Oh, yeah. But anyways, that's one thing I hate about the holidays. It's kind of like I love being a sober member of society, but I also hate like having to listen to this bullshit for like 2 months. And all I want to do is just be like, dude, just go fucking drink then.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Get off the fucking cross. Like, we need that wood. Just go.
Yeah.
How could you say that to me? Shut the fuck up. Let's go. I'll even buy you your first drink. Let's go.
Well, the guy that we both know that was my first sponsor, in fact, his first meeting he ever went to, he was talking to a guy. He was kind of hemming and hawing.
Yeah.
He needed help.
Yeah.
The guy gave him $20. And
yeah.
said, here, go get drunk on me.
Yeah. That dude stayed sober out of spite.
Out of spite. Yeah. Total reverse psychology.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, I do want this shit. I don't know how it works, but I got to come back. That's what I got to do. I got to come back tomorrow.
Yeah. I saw him last night, and I was just like, it was just a great embrace. Like, I absolutely love that guy.
Same.
So, yeah, the holidays, they get gets my motor running.
Gifts that you were telling me about?
We're not there quite yet. I wanted to talk about something else real quick for the Black Friday gifts.
All right.
And that is where is it? Let's see here. I did this really cool Santa thing. I did. On the outline.
Uh-huh.
See why I put the Santa on the.
Oh, that is dope.
Right?
That's really cool, actually.
I did that on my own.
No Dulce?
No Dulce. But there is a funny story about that, though. I kind of shared a little bit about it with you the other day. So this girl's family, they go out during the holidays.
Yeah.
And it seems that they have one big major Christmas party. Everyone's there.
Yeah.
It's usually either on Christmas or Christmas Eve, one of the 2 days. Last year it was on Christmas Eve, or on Christmas Day, I'm sorry. And this year they're doing one like on the 20th, and then another big one on Christmas.
Okay.
And they're doing like this huge thing for Thanksgiving and everything. And so, like when they tell her the dates and everything, she in her mind, she's just like oh, I'm gonna tell you because do you want to come? Like you're coming.
Yeah.
And so I get the text the other day, and she's like, so the Thanksgiving party is on on Thanksgiving. We're gonna go over at like 2. And the Christmas party's plural. And she put like the 2 dates. And I'm sitting there looking at my phone, and I'm like, I'm not going to fucking 2 Christmas parties over there. I'm like, you gotta be out of your fucking mind. So I'm holding my phone, and I didn't realize when I went to close the text that my thumb hit that little microphone button.
Oh shit.
So it's like a voice text.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Exactly what I just said to you.
That's not. They don't like that. No, dude.
She was like, fine, we'll just go one day. And I'm like, all right. Cool. It worked. And then
should use your other hand until you get that Band-Aid on.
I know, right? But it worked. It was effective. I don't have to go to both Christmas parties. I don't have to go to one.
She's like, well, that's fair.
Yeah. And then I had the poop toothbrush incident. Like, dude, I'm like sitting there, and she's just like sending me all these texts, and I'm like, yeah, okay, like, she's sad, like I get it, but I was like, you at least give me a second to like respond, and I sent that text about pooping while I was brushing my teeth, and then like trying to spit in the toilet and spitting all over my penis, and I'm like, dude, she is not good. She isn't. I'm like, why did I just send that?
She didn't need to know that.
Right? It's like, dude, it's like I'm just giving this girl a reason to break up with me.
Like she's gonna be like, he is a pretty good multitasker. Like he's getting a few things done at once.
And she ended up telling me that later in the day.
Yeah.
When she ended up coming over that night. She's like, you're able to do a lot of things at once. You multitask really well. And I'm like, yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, you do actually.
And
not that we need to know about all of it.
Right. But she was like, as disgusting as like that is like what you told me, she's like, it's no one else would be able to think of shit like that. But I'm just explaining what happened.
The thought process
and
what actually happened.
Yeah, and it's just it's out of control, dude. But real quick before we get into the Black Friday gifts, what can you think of a time in your life, like as a child or as an adult, where like the worst gift you've ever gotten?
Well, we were pretty poor, so it had there was one year which actually ended up being like kind of a really cool Christmas for us, where we got it was like an especially hard lean year, and so we got blank T-shirts and puffy paints. You remember puffy paints?
Mm-mm.
Okay, this sounds like the most Brady Bunch shit of all time, but puffy paints, you could draw on stuff, and then they would puff up. They'd have all kinds of colors.
I bet my girlfriend knows about that.
Yeah. Dulcie for sure got puffy paints at some point in her life.
She probably got some recently.
Yeah. So we actually had a fire going, a little Christmas dinner. After, we had come back from my grandparents', which is where the whole family would meet up on Christmas.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And as a family, we're just doing arts and crafts. My dad was an art major, and one of my sisters was, but for myself and my other sister, we're just like, I like math, I like words.
Right.
But, so we just had like a family...
Puffy paint party?
But yeah, basically.
Paulie Firm's puffy paint party?
Which was about like the most like Hallmark Christmas I can ever remember growing up.
Yeah.
The rest were a little bit like, oh, I got another bike stolen 2 days before Christmas. That happened 5 years in a row, bro.
That sucks.
5 years in a row.
Wow. You can learn to lock those up better.
You'd think. But then, so I go to school the next day, right? Or the next time we go back to school. And who I think is a good friend of mine, everyone's asking, like, what'd you get? What'd you get? And I tell them, well, this, that, and the other. We got puffy paints, like we made shirts. And you can imagine the laughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was uproarious. And I was roundly made fun of.
Right.
And this guy's bragging about all these, VHS new movies he got, and a Nintendo, and a Super Nintendo, and like all this shit, and you know, it made me feel pretty bad about.
Did he steal your bike?
No. He got whatever he wanted. I mean, they were spoiled, and then come to find out, his dad declared bankruptcy, and they had to sell their house like 2 years later. So you know,
I like that.
Yeah, so
I like that happened to him.
I made him a puffy paint shirt that said,
"Sorry about your house."
Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, sorry about your house.
Sorry.
You can come over and stay in, you know, but
yeah, I'll make you a shirt to sleep in. Puffy paint
it
shirt.
kind of was like, it took away, that Christmas actually took away the, I want something, this would be the perfect
right.
Because
yeah.
I come from thoughtful people, if
right.
not moneyed, at least thoughtful, and they did not deserve the shenanigans that I put them through. I'll
right.
say that.
Oh yeah, none of our parents do.
Oh, one more quick one.
Okay, go ahead.
There was an especially lean year for me as an adult. I didn't have much money. But then at the last minute, I got like 4 singing gigs in the week leading up to Christmas.
Yep.
Which made enough money for me to buy some pretty good gifts.
Now, when you say singing gigs, is it like a more of like a Velvet Fog kind of, you know, like singing?
I did sing his song. I did sing his song at one show at a Catholic church in like Downey, midnight service.
Yes.
That had the
oh my
the
God,
actual,
that's
like,
fantastic.
The Catholics pay well, dude.
Yeah, oh, I know they do.
Singing.
They pay well, they rape well.
Yeah, I don't know about the second part. You know, I never experienced that.
Neither did I.
Thank the sweet
It
Lord.
happens. It's been established.
Well, but they also pay well for singers, and
because they got the money.
Yeah.
That rape money.
So I wrapped
rape
up,
coins.
I wrapped up all this old bullshit, like a
Yeah.
dirty baseball, right?
Yeah.
On, and I gave that to my dad with a note. It was like, "Hey, Dad, you know, we didn't really get to hang out all that much growing up, but we did play catch from here to there. And I was pretty good at baseball, and so this is like, thank you, you know?
Yeah.
A few times,
yeah.
you know, you were able to make time to play baseball. I got my mom like a burnt out light bulb that didn't work. I wrapped it up. I was like, Mom, you're the light of our family. You're the flame we all flock to, you know? And it was all sentimental shit like that,
Yeah.
right? Like,
yeah.
And then I give it to all of them just to see their reaction.
Right.
And they're all like, my mom starts crying.
Oh, wow.
My dad's like, oh, boy. You
They were
know?
in totally
sisters,
different moods than you expected.
And it was heartfelt.
Right.
I had actual, like, gifts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I gave him the actual gifts. And I was like, no, this is all bullshit. Like, I mean it, but I was also just joking around. I have actual things that you might use in your life.
So your joke ended up being the sentiment that tied it all together. Yeah.
And then I go to take the burnt out light bulb from my mom. She's like, no. Like,
Are you gonna smoke meth out of
I
it?
was gonna throw it away. Dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's gonna throw it away. It doesn't work. And she's like, no, I want to keep it. I was like, okay.
Wow, that life works out sometimes like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Sometimes you send a text because you accidentally think you're swiping out.
Yeah.
You get yourself
While you're spitting all over your penis. So we're gonna talk about some gifts now. The hot new season.
Oh, coming in hot.
You know, and there was a focus group that took place in a certain city. You know what city it was?
No.
I'll give you some hints.
Okay.
Gordon Jump.
Gordon Jump?
Yes. Venus flytrap. Come on.
I don't know.
Radio show.
I'm a Christian. I don't know. New York?
No.
Radio show?
Yes. On TV.
News radio?
Gordon Jump.
I don't know.
Cincinnati.
Oh.
WKRP Cincinnati.
I'm not familiar with that. I'm sorry. Lost me, dude. Am I on your list now?
No. Anyways.
Okay.
So, everyone goes crazy during the holidays. Black Friday, shopping, you know, in more recent years, it's been more toned down because people are going on Amazon or other, online logistics, retail shopping. So it's not the crazy everybody lining up at Walmart and killing people, you know, for the new Tickle Me Elmo doll.
Less deaths.
Yes. Yeah. Especially last year, Christmas.
Yep.
You know, I'm surprised that more places didn't go out of business. So there was a focus group done.
Okay. In Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati, yeah, Sin City.
Yeah.
And so we were. I was looking at it, and they released the what they're expecting to be the top 3 selling products this Black Friday.
Okay.
So, and this is empirical data.
Sure. Maybe a Joe Burrow.
It happened. It happened.
It happened.
Been
I understand the definition of empirical.
Joe Burrows.
Yeah, he's a quarterback for the Bengals. He's like their new young hope.
Why are you talking about the Bengals?
Because I would think in Cincinnati, that might be a gift they'd like.
Sin City.
Sorry.
So
The Natty.
the Natty Ice. So these are gifts that they're projecting to sell, and I think it's a unique group this year. So
Okay.
the first gift
Lay it on me.
that is
First day of Christmas.
that's looking like it's going to be one of the big sellers given the social and political climate of things
Sure.
is 23 pronouns in me. So 23 pronouns in me is a it's from the makers of 23andMe,
Okay.
and welcome to entitlement. And so what you can do is you take the swab like you would for the regular 23andMe, and you send it to the lab,
Yeah.
and they tell you
What you are?
what pronouns you are, but it's not like, oh, you're like, you're Irish and you're Portuguese. It's like you can be one of these 23 things or all of them,
Okay. Yeah, like a dash of he.
Right. So you can be like,
A
you
pinch of she.
can be like, your pronoun can be pterodactyl,
Sure.
carburetor. You can identify that way.
Strong people.
So 23 pronouns in me. Look, I'm not making this up. This is a real thing. You see it.
Yeah.
23 pronouns
Sure
in
do.
me. Yep. That's a big win for the LGBTQ LMNOP community.
I guess that would clear up a lot of confusion for people.
Right.
Would you wear a badge afterwards? Like, this is what I am?
Like a scarlet letter,
Yeah. Or a scarlet pterodactyl.
scarlet, whatever you want it to be. It all depends, on how they're feeling that day.
Like a mood ring.
Right. Because I meet people, and one day they're
Whichever way the wind blows.
yeah, but like I know one thing for sure. Like, they're gonna be called a lot of things. I guarantee you, none of them want to be called Hester. None of them want the scarlet letter that attaches them to one thing. That's why there's 23 pronouns in me.
It's thoughtful.
Yes, it's gonna be a big seller, I think.
Probably clear up some confusion.
I think it's gonna make things more confusing,
You think so?
but as long as they're happy,
Well, yeah, like
who cares about other people?
Sure.
23 pronouns in me.
That's pretty good.
That's the first one.
Okay.
Now the second one
Yeah.
is trying to reach a broader audience.
That
You know?
reaches everyone.
People love to eat during the holidays,
And always.
and always. So why not try something different this holiday?
Okay.
So, Better Homes and Gardens
Yeah, sure.
have released a new cookbook.
Okay.
It's called the Incarceration in Your Kitchen series.
Pandemic edition.
No, it's the taste of prison right from your home.
Oh.
So they have made a cookbook. This is the California Penal Systems Edition.
Okay.
So it's the Better Homes and Gardens, the taste of incarcerations in your kitchen.
Okay.
And it's recipes from prisons in California,
Okay. Up and down.
Golden
State.
California.
Yep.
So they have, what they've done is they've created a cookbook modeled around that.
Okay.
And it features some of the recipes from
Yeah, what are
California's
some of the,
most respected penal system palates.
Sure.
So
That's good alliteration.
you have Cedric Solitary Housing Unit Glazed Ham Hock. That sounds like it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, ham.
You
hock.
know?
Who doesn't like a good ham?
Yeah.
hock? Yeah.
And then you got Jerry Sandusky's Pruno Soaked Poppycock.
I wouldn't mess with that one. I think. Stay away from that one.
And this one's my favorite. Fragile Frankie's Conjugal Cream Cheese.
That sounds
Sweet,
so,
like sour.
So revolting.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I might actually want that. Prune.
Yeah, and then you got Arian Mike's White Cake Matters.
He's an angel cake
That's
guy.
it. So this one, I think it's going to be, in my opinion, I think it's going to be a great seller because it gives people a different take on old classics.
Definitely, and
You
who
know?
doesn't like a good fresh dusting of new
Right.
on something old.
Who doesn't like
Does it start
the
with,
solitary housing unit glazed ham hock?
Yeah. Does it start with you have to fashion your own kitchen utensils?
I'm not sure.
I've got an 8-inch chef's shiv. a 10-inch chef's shiv.
Unfortunately, this is all the information they're giving us right now.
You got to buy it.
Yeah. But I mean, you see the fella on the front, got gloves on.
I'd eat that. That looks good, man.
Yeah, he's
Looks like some good bread.
yeah, he's making it. He's making it
that's
work.
how you find your first,
Recipe.
Garlic press.
Yeah. So now, the last one. This is the one that I was most excited about.
Oh.
I think it's a bit of favoritism, given what it is.
Okay.
But they're projecting this to be the number one holiday seller.
Number one overall?
Yes.
According to Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's focus groups
The good people of Cincinnati.
and other empirical studies that went on.
Sure.
They tried some of these out last year as like a soft release, like to see like how people would react to them, and then they tested them and got the reactions from them. So what they're projecting to be the number one seller is something that you can use on your body, and you can also eat it.
Okay.
So,
all right.
And that is Jeff Bezos' Daddy Butter.
Oh, gross.
And
butter your
biscuits with Jeff Bezos' Daddy Butter.
And he's got his cowboy hat on there. That looks so gross, dude. That's so...
Jeff Bezos' Daddy Butter.
That's disgusting.
Now, you can butter your biscuits or your bottom with it.
Mm-hmm.
And each one comes with a container
Of...
Jeff Bezos' Daddy Butter.
I guess he's got a lot of time on his hands now. He doesn't need to work. Yep.
Do you like that?
Boy, that's a... There's a man that went for it all.
That is a man that
came out empty.
That is exactly what that is.
He's empty. He's empty.
Jeff Bezos. It's simple, savory, sweet. It's daddy butter.
Butter your biscuit, as it says.
So that they say they're thinking that that's going to be the biggest seller on Amazon.
Well, they'll probably tweak the algorithms to make sure that's the most, suggested.
It's $49.99.
It's kind of steep.
23 pronouns in me. Incarceration in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos' Daddy Butter. 1, 2, and 3.
Winners, dude.
Bang.
Bang.
That's it.
So you could take some of his butter.
Yep. In your cookbook with the recipes.
Give it to Zuckerberg so he could clone it.
Is he cloning people?
I think he is a clone. He ain't human.
No. Well, people say the same thing about Tom Brady.
Well, he must be a more congenial model then.
Then Bezos?
No,
Zuckerberg?
Yeah, Zuckerberg's like, I don't know, dude.
He likes to run through the park.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that those are it's a new way to look at the holidays and how you're gonna give gifts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you what, man. If I was at home and
Get you a fresh jar of
and
daddy
then
butter.
somebody had convinced me to go to like a secret Santa party, like a white elephant party.
Yeah.
And I ended up with daddy butter, I'd be pretty stoked.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of which,
Yes.
why do people do that?
The white elephant.
Why do people do anything? Like, why do people do Yankee? Where I'm from, it's called a Yankee swap.
Yeah.
But I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand why people do anything that involves the gathering of other people.
Safety in numbers.
I mean, just why? Like, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be anywhere. And then they have these like they organize these parties.
Have you ever gone to something where there were a lot of people? Of course, you didn't want to go, but then afterwards you went,
No.
I met somebody nice, or
Nope.
I met a new friend,
No.
or
That's never happened.
I was enlightened on something. Or,
To answer your question,
or
to all of your suggestions,
yeah,
no.
that's a hard no.
I've never left a social gathering feeling any better than I did before I got there, or equipped with the number or like the knowledge of that was awesome. No, that's never happened.
So the argument is then, well, you learn things in your life. You grew up in a big family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you were forced to do all kinds of shit you never wanted to do.
Nope.
No?
No.
No.
I don't want to go. Okay.
Just a guy in a bubble.
He's just going to be miserable while he's there. Fuck it. Let him stay home.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, it's nice of them.
Yeah, that is pretty nice.
They learned the hard way.
Yeah, I was forced into a lot of situations.
It's like here's how like here's the process of someone inviting me to something to you know. So I'll get the initial phone call or text or, you know, the people that mail a letter inviting me somewhere. I don't even open it. I throw it in the garbage. So I'll get the phone call or whatever, and I probably won't answer it.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the text.
Sure.
Won't respond to that for like a couple days. And so by the time I respond to it, it's like the day before the party. I'm like, oh, hey, man, sorry. Just saw this.
Yeah.
Not enough time. I didn't know what was going on. I'm sorry. I can't make it. And I mailed you a letter. I'm like, so you mailed me a letter, called me, and texted me.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not going to go based off of that principle alone.
How dare they?
How dare they?
How dare they?
I'm like, why are you trying to, like, fucking, like
Include
rape
you.
me?
Yeah.
You know? So that's one thing that happens. Another thing that happens is I'll be somewhere and I'll run into somebody. And this is a true story. So I was at a Dunkin' Donuts over in Long Beach, the one on PCH and Bellflower.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in there. I'm getting a coffee with my buddy Devin. And we run into somebody that we know. Like, oh, hey, guys, I'm so glad I ran into you. And I'm like, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with this person.
Right.
It's just I'm already hanging out with one person. Now this guy shows up. It's just too many people.
Too much.
So the guy, he's like, oh, hey, man, I'm glad I ran into you guys. I'm having this Friendsgiving, he said. And I'm just like, what did you just say? He's like, Friendsgiving. I'm like, that's fucking dumb. I'm like, first of all, portmanteaus are stupid. I'm like, what are you doing? And he was like, what? I'm like, why are you saying that to me? You know? And he's like, oh, well, I'm like, what are you doing sitting here taking 20 minutes to say a fucking sentence? I'm like, what's your problem, dude? I'm not going anywhere. It's called Friendsgiving.
What an asshole. That guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And Devin's kind of standing there laughing. And he's like, well, I wanted to invite you guys. And I'm like, I'm not going. I'll be in the car.
Yeah.
And I went outside. And then Devin's left defenseless.
He's left him there.
Left him there. I thought he was going to be like, yeah, we're leaving. Come with me.
Taking it on the chin for you.
You know? So that was one instance that happened. And then there was another instance where I was leaving a meeting. And somebody else came up to me. And they were like, hey, so I'm trying to, like, make sure that, you know, people aren't alone on Christmas. And I'm like, that's very thoughtful of you. And he's like, well, I thought that maybe, like, you know, I could invite people to here that we're close to and that everybody can bring something. And, you know, we do something like, no one's like, I don't think anyone's ever thought of that before. I'm like, no one's ever thought of a potluck? And he's like, huh? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's a great idea. I've never heard of that before. And he's like, yeah, so it'll be like a safe haven potluck. I'm like, a safe haven potluck? And he's looking at me like this phrase I'm using, this potluck term, has never been said before.
Yeah.
You know? And he's like, anyway, so do you want to come? And I'm like, no. And he's like, why? I'm like, because I don't want to. You know? And then I gave him, you know, the old fucking Paulie firm fucking, you know, this is my answer to everything. Because he's like, why? I've already told him why.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't have to answer your questions.
Yeah, you don't. Legally.
That's it.
Yeah.
And he was just like, well,
You know what you are in the holidays?
everyone else is going to come, and we're going to have a great time. And I'm like, super.
You're like a teddy bear wrapped in barbed wire. This time of year.
But it's any time of year.
That's true.
Nobody wants to, like, they tell me, I'm just like, no, dude, I don't want to.
Yeah,
You
well.
know? Don't fucking try to force it on me. So,
How dare they?
how
enjoy your
dare
company?
they? So, that's our holiday special. Well,
For now.
it's one of three.
Yeah.
One of three.
Let's call it 7.
It's the we're now next week we're gonna talk about.
This is a toe dip.
It is a toe dip.
Yeah.
Next week, I'm gonna hopefully have the wires, the cords to my microphones, and you know, be more organized. But for what we have right now, the video didn't stop. Everything's recording. It sounds good. We're at 50 minutes on the video. Unbelievable.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. So, You don't know what Cincinnati is? That's okay. I didn't know what Missouri was. Billy Loins, Paulie Firm. Till next week. Good night, Austin, Texas, wherever you are.